One, you're competing in a rigged game. No matter how hard you try, if you're not born into the right socioeconomic class, your chances of succeeding in life are stacked against you. The reality is that privilege, not just hard work, gets you ahead. Wealthy families have the connections, education, and support that make climbing the ladder almost impossible for someone without those resources. Two, your success will be judged by your income. Society doesn't care about your struggles or your hustle. In the eyes of the world, your worth is measured by your financial success. Are you making six figures yet? Do you own property? Are you financially secure? If not, you're not meeting the expectations. Your value will often be reduced to a bank statement and your job title. Three, your mental health is an afterthought. The pressure to succeed by 30. Have a perfect career, relationship, and social life can drive any man mad. But mental health issues often take a backseat to societal expectations. You're expected to man up and push through, even when the weight of the world feels too heavy. Depression, anxiety, and burnout are real, yet people will often brush them off as weakness. You're invisible to women unless you're high value. Let's face it, women, for the most part, aren't looking for emotional connection or vulnerability in their 20s. The pressure to be financially secure and successful to attract women is overwhelming. If you're not a high-value man with status, wealth, and confidence, you'll often find yourself ignored or dismissed. Your worth in the dating market is directly tied to what you can offer financially, socially, and emotionally. You have no idea what you're doing. Your 20s are supposed to be a time of exploration and self-discovery. But for many men, this is just code for feeling lost and uncertain. No one tells you that you're expected to have it all figured out by your late 20s. If you're not on a clear career path, owning property, or in a long-term relationship, you'll feel like you're falling behind while everyone else seems to be ahead of you. Your friends are moving on without you. As your friends start to settle into relationships, jobs, and responsibilities, it can feel like they're leaving you behind. Social circles can change, and suddenly, you find yourself isolated, unsure of who to connect with or where you fit in. The camaraderie you once had with friends can fade as everyone starts to focus on their own lives. Loneliness is an ever-present reality. Your time is running out. The constant pressure of time is suffocating. By 30, you're supposed to have a clear direction. By 40, you should be financially independent, perhaps even starting a family. Every year that goes by without significant progress towards these milestones can feel like a failure, even though society has unrealistic expectations. In reality, it's rare for men to hit their stride early, but it doesn't make it any less frustrating when the world expects it. Your physical appearance will start to decline. No matter how much you work out, take care of your skin, or eat healthy, aging is inevitable. In your 20s, you still have the energy and youthful appearance that's generally celebrated, but the clock is ticking. Your metabolism will slow down, your body will change, and the physical traits that once earned you praise may not last. Youth fades fast, and it's easy to feel like you're fighting an uphill battle. The fear of being mediocre is real. In a world where Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube glorify success, it can feel suffocating to not stand out. The fear of being stuck in a dead-end job or a mundane life is palpable. Men in their 20s often feel like they must achieve greatness to justify their existence. The pressure to be extraordinary, whether financially, physically, or socially, becomes a constant source of anxiety. Most relationships are shallow. In today's world of dating apps and superficial connections, real relationships are hard to come by. Love is often reduced to swiping left or right based on physical appearance and a few lines of text. Men in their 20s struggle with building genuine emotional connections as they navigate a world that prioritizes looks, status, and convenience over deeper emotional bonds. Everyone's got got an opinion about your life. From family to friends to random strangers on social media, everyone has an opinion on how you should live your life. This constant external pressure to meet everyone else's expectations can drown out your own desires and dreams. You might find yourself questioning your choices and constantly comparing yourself to others. 12. Everyone wants something from you. Whether it's work, family, or friendships, you're expected to give a lot of your time, energy, and resources to others. You may feel like you're constantly giving, but rarely receiving the support or appreciation you deserve. The emotional toll of always being on can leave you feeling drained and unfulfilled. 13. You're told you're too young to know anything in your 20s. Your opinions and experiences often get dismissed as immature or inexperienced. The world expects you to have wisdom, but at the same time, you're not considered to have earned it. This can create a sense of frustration, especially when you know more about a subject or issue than the people who dismiss you. You're forced to compete with a better version of yourself. Social media is a breeding ground for comparison. Everyone's highlight reel is out there for the world to see, and it can feel like you're constantly competing with an idealized version of yourself. Other men may appear more successful, better looking, or have more status, and the constant comparison can chip away at your confidence. The reality of student debt. Many men leave college with crushing student loan debt that can take decades to pay off. This debt often dictates career choices and delays major life decisions like buying a house, traveling, or starting a family. The weight of this debt can be suffocating, especially when the job you land post-graduation doesn't meet the expectations set by your education. You're expected to have it all together. From the time you hit your 20s, society pushes the expectation that you need to have everything figured out. Career, relationships, finances, health. The truth is, most people don't have it all together, and you'll often feel like you're failing if you don't hit all those milestones. Success doesn't equal happiness. You might achieve everything you thought you wanted: wealth, career success, a relationship, but happiness doesn't always follow. The pressure of maintaining success, meeting expectations, and balancing everything can lead to a constant feeling of emptiness, even when you have it all. There's no escape from the grind, the 9-to-5 grind, career pressures, social obligations, and the general struggle for success can become exhausting. Even when you take breaks or go on vacations, the reality is that your life becomes an endless cycle of working towards the next goal with no real rest in sight. You're judged for not being a man, yet by the time you're 30, society expects you to have all the traditional manly qualities: success, stability, authority, and the ability to provide. But your 20s are spent figuring it all out, and there's often a judgmental view that you're not a real man yet until you hit those milestones. You'll start realizing you're just one person. At the end of the day, you're just one person trying to carve out a meaningful existence in a society that values status, wealth, and power. The grind never stops, and it's easy to feel like a small cog in a much larger, impersonal machine. The harsh truth? You might never get the recognition you deserve no matter how hard you work. Conclusion. In your 20s, you're sold a dream, but the reality is filled with grinding, self-doubt, and endless comparison. The harshest pill is realizing that the world doesn't owe you anything, and you have to fight for every inch. It's a brutal time for men as you struggle to navigate societal pressures, expectations, and the harsh truth that success isn't just about hard work. It's about surviving the game that was never designed to be fair.